All right. Let's do this again. All right. Shalom, shalom. Again, Kalal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. Did a whole, lesson just now, and no audio. You know, devil being the devil. So here we go again. When brothers come on, just let me know. You know, if you can hear. You know, going again. All right. So this lesson is gonna be based on, the continuation to the spirit, of revealing this man of sin, revealing Esau the devil, revealing all his plans, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, uncovering all his carefully laid plans, you know. Just brothers just comment in the comment board just to show that you hear him, you know. All right, so we're gonna start off again, with Micah chapter 2, verse 1. All right, and we're gonna bring out several Hebrew words here in this lesson, and hopefully brothers can follow along with me. It's quite a few words, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hopefully this lesson will be edifying, through the spirit. The audio is good. It seems I need to add myself to the stream last time, but everything is of the Lord, devil being the devil, but we can do it again, brothers can tune in. All right, so we're gonna start with Micah 2, verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands." First word I want to bring out here is the word for devise, right? Which means to think, to plan, to esteem, to calculate, to invent, to make a judgment, to imagine, or to count, right? And if you go up further, right, to the Strong's translations, you'll see forecast, right? To imagine, cunning, reckon, purpose, right? So this man, has carefully thought out, this plan that he has for the entire world. This plan that is centuries in the making, that has been thought up, by the Rothschilds and passed on to their sons, this plan of, if for want of sounding kind of dramatic, world domination. That's the plan, right? The plan of world domination. And if you go down to the Strong's definition, it says properly to plot or interpenetrate, i.e., to weave or to fabricate. Right? This man has fabricated such an elaborate plot, such a very complicated and intricate plot, and narrative around the world that is very hard to see. For some people, for the layman, it's very hard to see his real goal, the end goal, right? But no, starting with the prophets, we have made it clear what this man's objective is. Even with the so-called coronavirus scare that's gripping the world right now for the past few months, economies are buckling. People are losing their jobs. Food security is being is at risk. Famine is being predicted every day, and now we see laws being passed, to increase tracking, to increase testing. Now they're saying that they need to remove you from your houses and test you. Now they're saying that they need to remove asymptomatic people from their houses and have them quarantined in separate facilities. So this plot has been so carefully thought out, so carefully implemented, that if the Lord were not with us, we would have been caught up in this trap, right? Because it's so comprehensive, it's so all encompassing. Your media is pushing it, your churches are pushing it, the politicians are pushing it, the different celebrities and artists are pushing it. It's like it's the norm, it's the truth. You're hearing it so much. The different narrative is being pushed, the script is being pushed by pretty much all the world leaders, all the people that society looks up to, that you think is the truth. right? Everybody's saying that nothing can go back to normal without a vaccine. We need a vaccine. Everybody needs to get vaccinated. We need to do contact testing. All these different things. We need to form a digital society. We need to make the switch to a digital economy. Everybody needs to get a bank account. We may need to start chipping people to keep a track of who is vaccinated, who is not. We need to chip people also to see if they're abiding by social distancing rules. So you see all these different things being suggested, being pushed, by the media, the narrative being reinforced, repeated over and over. That you think is the truth, when it's nothing more than just this plan that has been carefully devised. Oh, pretty strong out here, right? And it's in the power of their hand to do it, because they control the media, they control the narrative. They control the military, they control the economy, they control the different governments, they control the entertainment industry. So everything is at their fingertips, and they practice it, by just putting it out there, and people just go along with it, right? This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the enemy." So that's what we ought to be doing right now. We ought to be in the spirit of praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to deliver us, from this unreasonable man, from this wicked man, right? Because ultimately his goal is to get rid of you Israelites, right? That's ultimately his goal, right? It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." We're going to look up two words here, the word for secret counsel and insurrection, right? So the word here for counsel, right? The word here for secret counsel, it says council, which is pretty much an advisory, a deliberative or administrative body of people meeting regularly, right? And they meet regularly, believe it or not, these people meet under extreme secrecy. They use a lot of witchcraft, in the meetings, to bless their endeavors on the left hand side, just like we ask Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to bless our endeavors, on the right hand side. They have their energies that they go toward to ask blessing for their endeavors on the left, right? And they meet in secrecy, right, and speak about these different plans that they have and that they want to implement in the world, right? And if you look up the word for insurrection, it goes back to scheming, right? Which means given to or involved in making secret and underhanded plans. This man is all about his secrecy, and that's one of the main points I want to bring out, in this lesson. That this man is wrapped in secrecy, or has tried to wrap himself in secrecy, right? One of the main agendas that's being pushed right now is the UN 2030 agenda. But if the layman goes to the UN 2030 website and reads all the goals that they have right there, I believe there are 16 or 17 goals. If you read them, you would think, on the surface it looks like what they're doing is something beneficial to humanity, right? But when you think about it carefully, when you look past it, right, then you see the real goal, when you analyze it through the spirit, through the scriptures, then you see the real goal of the so-called white man. Then you see that the goal is what? Depopulation. They speak about that a lot. Total control of not just your actions, but your thoughts. Total control of the economy. This man ultimately wants to be God, which you're gonna bring on to the scriptures, This man ultimately wants to be like the Most High, right? It says, "Who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." Right now, there is a big propaganda campaign, against quote unquote conspiracy theories, right? Saying that there's a lot of misinformation being pushed out there, and they're pretty much trying to demonize and trying, to discredit, people who are bringing out alternative media, right? Brother, I'm bringing out a precept here. Issachar warrior Canela said, "And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptian, and it shall come to pass that when you go, you shall not go empty." Right? Because we gonna escape this place, We're gonna escape this place. Psalm 82 verse 5. "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." Right? They are in darkness, right? They think that they cannot be found out, yo, right? But they don't understand. What don't they understand? They don't understand the will of the Heavenly Father, yo. They don't understand that the Lord, through His Spirit, is revealing them and is going to disappoint their plans, yo, because they're going ahead, full steam ahead, thinking that, their device is going to come to pass, yo, right? When really and truly the Lord is going to disappoint them, right? Going back to Psalm chapter 64, verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, saying, who shall see them, right? Believe there's some word I looked up here. Encourage, right? The Hebrew word here is kazak, and it says to strengthen, to prevail, to harden, to be strong, to become strong, to be courageous, right? So they're courageous in the things that they're bringing to pass, yo. They're proud and they're confident, right? They're confident, they're bold, right? So bold that they tell you the different things that they want to accomplish some of the times, yo, and they show it in the movies, right? They show you the things that they want to bring to pass, and then they bring it to pass, yo, right? They Bill Gates, back in 2010, going on right up to 2015, you know, quote unquote prophesied, a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, flu-like pandemic that will come on the earth, and here it is now. So it would seem, as if he saw this coming, when really and truly this was all a part of a carefully laid plan, right? So it says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of laying snares privily, right? And if you look up the word commune, you go back to the Hebrew sapar, right? Which means to count, to recount, to relate, right? And if you jump down to see the definition, it says to rehearse, right? Or to declare. So they rehearse these different things among each other, yo. Hey, this is the plan. We bring out a crisis, and we use that crisis, and we use a scare that comes along with that crisis to pass certain legislation that will give us more control over the population, that will allow people to give up more of their rights, right? To give us more and more power over the population, and ultimately to do what? To implement an RFID microchip. More and more it's being pushed in the media. More and more it's being suggested by heads of government. Why? Because that is the end goal, right? So many different world leaders have said, we cannot let a crisis go to waste. Why? Because the crisis was carefully thought out and implemented for a particular end, right? And that end is so that the so-called white man can become God on the earth, yo, right? It says a commune of laying snares privily. I believe we can look up the words for snare, right? This is mawakwasha, right? Mawakwasha, right? It says bait, lure, snare, right? A noose for catching animals. By implication, a hook to be ensnared. So right now, many governments are implementing stimulus packages where they're giving economic aid to their citizens. In America, they're giving out checks to people. Even out here in Jamaica, you have the Grace Kennedy care packages where people are lining up, by the hundreds to collect the $10,000 from the government, and then there's talk of the universal basic income. And then with all of this being implemented, they're telling you the shortfalls of the system that is currently in place. It's inconvenient for people to be standing in long lines waiting in the sun for the money. Why not everybody get a bank account so we can dish this out digitally, right? Why not do that, right? Is that not more convenient? And then once they get you hooked, with that money, with that help, the next step is easier. Take this chip so it's more convenient. It's easier for you. Isn't that more convenient? Right? That's what they're gonna say, yo. Right? So we jump down again. It says the commune of laying snares privily, they say who shall see them. Right? I believe there's another word that I had right there in the Hebrew. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Right, here we go. Privily. Right? So the Hebrew word here is taman. It says to hide, to conceal, to bury. Hiding, concealing, secretly laying, right? Hiding oneself, right? To hide, to cover over, to hide, to lay privily in secret, yo, right? And if you really look at it, Bill Gates or Donald Trump, they are not the masterminds behind this, yo. Even though right now the media is focusing, you know, on Bill Gates so much that this man is a mastermind behind it all. Bill Gates wants to chip the world. Bill Gates wants power. It's not Bill Gates, yo. Right? The real men who are behind it, the real elite, you know, have hidden themselves, yo, in darkness, have concealed themselves, and they are the ones who are secretly laying the plan, yo. Right? But you people don't see that, right? What you see is Bill Gates. What you see is Trump or any other world leader or any other puppet figure that has been put out there in the forefront, yo. Right? That's what you see. A smoke screen, pretty much. Right? Verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? But what's the plan of the Most High? Right? Even though they've gone through so much careful thought and planning to hide themselves, what's going to happen? Right? 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he himself as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And ultimately, that is what the so-called white man is trying to do, become God with his 5G technology, with the RFID microchip, you know, all these different things. You know, the ultimate goal is so that he can have total control over the population, over what you eat, what you think, what you're entertained with, what you eat, where you go. All the that's what the so-called white man wants to do, yo. Right? Let's look up the word revealed here in the Hebrew, in the Greek, Salakia. The word is apocalypto. Apocalypto. It says to uncover, to lay open what has been veiled or covered up, you know, to disclose, to make bare, to make known, make manifest, disclose what was before unknown, right? So from the beginning of the lesson, you know, I've been showing how this man has done his work in secret, right? Privily laying snares, privily making plans, you know, devices, plots, inventions. But what? Through the Spirit of the Lord, we are making manifest these things, yo. We are making it plain and open to the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now, everybody who is anybody knows what the mark of the beast is, the RFID microchip, right? Even mainstream pastors are speaking about it. Everyday Jake that you run into on the street speaking about the mark of the beast being the RFID microchip, right? Speaking against these vaccinations, yo, right? Why? Because it's been revealed, yo. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of East are searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, yo? We have searched out all these different things through the Spirit and we are revealing them. You know, brothers, I've gone so in depth into the UN 2030 agenda to show you, you know, the different steps in the development, you know, of his plan. You know, the elders Ariala and Qualcomm keep doing the algorithms, you know, where they reveal to the Spirit this man's plan step by step, yo, right? And it's becoming so clear to people, but it's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Let's get a few scriptures from the comment board here, right? GMS Truth Group, Psalm 55 verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right, right. So he promises you all these different conveniences, all these different you know, benefits. But at the end of the day, what? It's a snare. It's a trap. Right. It's made to either destroy or control you, yo. Right. Job 18 verse 10, the snare is laid for him in the ground and a trap for him in the way. Right. Because the same trap that he has set, right, will catch him, yo. Right? The same trap when him set, I go catch him, yo. Right? Psalm 69 verse 22, let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Right? Their own new world order, yo, that they've set, you know, to catch other people will be their trap. Even this the world war, the third world war that's about to be fought, that they think that they're masterminding, will be their downfall, yo. Right? Will be their downfall. The Lord is going to disappoint him, yo. Right? Let's go to Psalms 124. Right? If it had not been the Lord, Yahweh, who was on our side, no may Israel say, if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us. Because these men, believe it or not, will rise up against us very soon, yo. Physically, yo. Right? The scripture says, he shall be like madmen, sparing none. but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right? But again, it said what in Isaiah 59, when the enemy rushing like a flood, the Lord gonna bring up a standard against him, yo, meaning the Lord gonna let us escape, yo, and fly out of his hand. If it had not been for the Lord, yo, right, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us, because the plot and the snare that has been set by the so-called white man has been so carefully thought out that if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, we would have still been caught, yo. Even though we are revealing this man's plans, yo. If it had not been for the Lord, yo, we wouldn't even have the understanding, of what's going on. If it had not been for the Lord. He said, then the waters had overwhelmed us. The steam had gone over our soul. The stream, Salakia. Then the proud waters, aka Edom, Esau, had gone over our soul. Behold, the Lord Yahweh, who hath, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, Salakia, who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. Talking about the elect here, because the two-thirds going to be caught, in the trap, right? But the elect hath not been given as a prey to their teeth, right? Beginning with Ella Yashawama, always been saying, we all been saying to the Spirit, the elect hath already overcome, yo. We've already escaped, yo, right? We've already overcome this man's plan. This man's carefully laid out centuries-old plan, yo, right? This global propaganda that's now blanketing the earth, is it me? Dictating how people think, how people act, how people reason, telling people what is true from what we have escaped that, yo, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And similarly, we will escape, the hour of temptation, which is the RFID microchip, when he comes out to forcefully and violently implement it, yo. Right? Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh the true name of the Father, Yahweh Shai the true name of the Son. Bahashem Rakah Kodash in the name of the Holy Spirit, who made heaven and earth, yo. Right? Final precept, Job 5 verse 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. The Lord is going to disappoint them, yo. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Right? So, Kalal Yahweh Shem Yahushai for giving me the spirit to this lesson. The water to the brothers that tuned in. We get a few precepts from the comment board for wrap up. Psalm chapter 10 verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the village, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. All right, 2/3 going to be caught, but elect, as Psalm 124 said, we're going to escape out of his hands, yo. Right? The order to the brothers that tune in and participate in the lesson. Again, Kalali Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakah Kodash for giving us this knowledge and his wisdom, and for allowing us, who are members of the Hopeful Elect, to escape, the so-called white man. Shalom.